Hello everyone and welcome back to another review of the Bittersweet Candy Bowl. Before we get into chapter 13, I want to take a brief look at the intermission, Catty Remarks. Short and sweet, Catty Remarks is an excuse to get all the cat puns out of the creator's system. Not much of anything happens here, it's merely a fun sidestep to crack a few jokes. Interestingly, Daisy doesn't appear in this story. Anyway, onwards to chapter 13. Chapter 13 is titled Puppy Love and involves Mike once again dealing with all the different girls that are infatuated with him. We open up to see Mike talking about how large our high school lockers are, a fitting conversation as the crew are in 8th grade getting ready to move on to the ninth. Mike is having a hard time getting into his locker, taking him a whole 3 minutes to get it open. Of course, all of this is to build up the suspense for when he opens his locker, and several love letters fall out. Lucy wants him to read them, but Mike refuses, citing that the letters are sensitive subjects to the admirers who wrote them. I also do believe this is the first time we see Sandy, even if it's a silhouette. Lucy keeps insulting the girls and Mike goes to put the letters away when he notices one is missing. Lucy swiped it from him and starts reading it out loud and laughs about it, Mike getting upset at her in case the writer is listening. Of course, we see the author of the letters hiding around the corner, who looks on sadly as Lucy indirectly calls her a basement-dwelling freak. Lucy continues to read the letter, mocking it when Mike finally snaps and yoinks it from her. He says he found the letter really sweet. Lucy teases him about not being able to ask the author out because he doesn't know who she is. Daisy pops out of nowhere and wants to help with the investigation. Lucy asks if she's Mike's officially licensed stalker now. Mike, who doesn't want to find the girls, as he doesn't plan on going out with them and doesn't want to reject their advances and hurt their feelings. Paulo and David show up and tease him about being gay. Paulo doesn't understand why Mike will reject them without even opening the letters, and Mike says he isn't interested in girls, which only adds fuel to Paulo's heckling. David asks Mike how he looks, and Mike calls him an idiot, though this doesn't really seem to faze him. Mike reads that one of the girls is inviting him to the dance. Out of defiance to Lucy, he says he will ask the girl to the dance, but quickly regrets this decision when he is glomped by her. The girl, Catty, brags about being picked by Mike and rubs it in Lucy's face, calling her an ugly duckling. This moment does two things. One, it shows why Mike refuses to go out with anyone because of how clingy they can be, and two, Catty refers to Lucy as an ugly duckling, which can foreshadow Lucy blossoming into something more later on in the story. Lucy sprays her down and ruins her makeup, and David ogles at her wet t-shirt. Sue asks about inviting her, which Mike quickly shuts down, as well as with Maya and a few other girls. Paulo comes in once again, implying he is gay, which only brings around a bunch of boys, with one of the girls trying to convert Mike. Lucy stands by unamused, saying they all have bad taste. Paulo calls Mike a player because he has all the chicks, but Mike rejects this idea. Paulo keeps pushing the envelope by giving him a pat on the back and calling him a pimp, with David following up asking for one of the girls. More students start talking amongst themselves about Mike being a hustler, and he yells at everyone, asking if he is a pimp simply because everyone likes him. He says he rejected all of their advances and flat out tells them all that he will not be going to the dance with them. He doesn't want the blame as he never asked for them to crush on him and tells them to stop bothering him with their attention. The comic ends with Paulo calling him a gay pimp, Lucy comforting Mike as he's at his wit's end. Puppy love is not new territory. It should have been combined with Chapter 7, Prom Preparation, in order to make a new chapter, called Prom Preparation. Both hit the same exact plot beats, only starting differently, with Prom Preparation being specifically about a dance, and Puppy Love being about love letters, even down to Paulo implying he should just get all the girls, and is some sort of pimp. Whether this dance being referred to is also the prom is unclear, but it does make it hard to recommend this chapter when it was already covered before, and in my opinion, done much better. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you all next time.